Mic channel. Did you bring it?
Got it right here.
Perfect. With me today is Mike Channel. He's going to be here upgrading my GPU finally. So Mike, what have you got for me?
I have the Nvidia RTX 5080, which I think you will find a big upgrade over your old 3080.
I mean, it sounds awesome, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's a top of the line Nvidia graphics card. One of the cool things about the latest generation of Nvidia graphics cards is DLSS 4.5, which is this amazing machine learning AI powered technology, which allows you to do things like super resolution, which means you can be running the actual internal rendering resolution lower and then upscale it using AI to get to the kind of 4K and above resolutions that you might want to play at, and then also frame gen, which is a really amazing technology that essentially can generate up to 5 frames based on sort of predicting what the rendered frame would look like in between rendered frames. We're going to play some 007 First Light, and we're going to be able to crank everything up. You don't really have to touch much other than the GPU itself. So let's get that GPU out of there.
Yep.
It should be as easy as just pulling it slightly, yeah. And that's it. Tuck your cables away. Try not to block any of the fans, because obviously you want good airflow to get the maximum performance out of the card. But then, yeah, pop the side back on and let's play some games.
Wicked. Let's do it.
I would go for quality here because
sure.
we can afford. We've got the horsepower to go for a kind of quality DLSS super resolution setting. Okay, let's stick dynamic frame gen on. I think obviously we can get into the kind of really tuning it for more frame generation, but actually I think because this is such a powerful card, it's better to stick dynamic on and just allow it to use leave
the headroom a bit.
Exactly. It will intelligently use frame generation when it feels it's necessary, but it won't sort of be generating unnecessary frames. We still want it to feel super responsive, and so dynamic will be a perfect balance of that responsiveness and also smooth frame rate.
I'm seeing like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times here.
So if you chose dynamic on a lower powered card, it would only be able to go up to 2 times on, say, a 40 series card, and on your 3080, you wouldn't have this as an option at all. Taste quality, I mean, you can see the amount of VRAM we've got down in the bottom right.
Plenty of RAM.
Let's go to Ultra. Let's really make the most of that VRAM. Let's treat ourselves. We've got the horsepower.
Yeah.
Let's stick everything on Ultra. All right, here we go. Huge
30...
crowd, loads of lighting effects, loads going on here. So obviously the key thing with super resolution is it's a technology that has evolved over the last few years, and the latest version of super resolution within DLSS 4.5 gives you much sort of crisper edges, less sort of jaggies and less visual artifacting at distances. What you tend to get obviously is that as the graphics get further into the distance, the super resolution has less data to go on to kind of resolve that sort of resolution. But the new sort of technology that's enabled by the 5080 and cards of that generation offers some really, really crisp stuff at a distance. Look at every single hair on Bond's arm. There you go. I mean, that's not the pickup line I would have gone for necessarily.
If it works.
So I think the stuff that's really tricky is sort of fine details around hair and stuff, and I think you'll agree it looks really, really impressive. Certainly compared to your 3080, you would not be achieving this sort of level of detail. Yeah, so you can see with everything switched off, it's a lot jaggier. This is obviously a very demanding game, and it's brand new, it's state of the art, and it's going to push all graphics cards to the sort of limit, but I think what you're seeing here is the real benefit of having DLSS and super resolution for higher image fidelity and higher frame rates. Still looks good, obviously.
Yeah.
Still a good looking game, but I think you can really see the difference.
I mean, hitting an average above 60 at native 4K is something that I never thought.
Yeah, I mean, particularly with a game with as much going on here. I mean, like, look at the size of the crowds.
You can see the sweat on Bond's face there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is where we're benchmarking in the men's bathroom, but you can see the level of detail that gets resolved by super resolution. And there's nothing about this image looks faked or constructed.
I can't tell anything.
It just looks like the game as the developers intended it to be.
I mean, the men's bathroom, famously a place for comparisons and...
Yes. Oh, I hope not. I mean, honestly, I've never seen a more realistic club bathroom.
all the electrical boxes.
It looks exactly as grimy and gross as the real ones do.
Yeah,
nice. There you go.
Get him.
Lovely.
Nice little gut punch there. Oh, he's blocking. He's blocking. Look at him in the mirror.
Yeah.
I mean,
it looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
Today.
And you know, when you've got a game with this much action, you want it running at a high frame rate. You know, you want it to look spectacular. Take down.
Finish him up. Oh yeah, nice Bond. We're jumping ahead a bit to the end of Bond's first true mission.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing this because I played this level on a different platform, which will remain nameless, and it was so blurry.
Was it?
I think if my vision was that blurry while I was driving, I would be banned from driving.
I might be banned from driving.
This looks a lot better. You know, all the sort of
the trees,
shadowing in the trees. Yeah, it's stuff at a distance is where I think really the new version of super resolution really sings, is because you know those sort of distant things which internal rendering resolution might be a single pixel. Super resolution can pick out what they're supposed to be and make them consistent and coherent.
Oh, people!
Oh, watch out!
Nice little drift there.
The sort of tourist car park you've drifted through there. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Slightly wet roads. You're getting those reflections and the grass. I mean, this bit again. You know, super resolution really keeping up with the level of sort of granular detail without becoming a sort of mush bit of off-roading.
Oh, watch out, Bond!
You sound more like Q than James Bond. Do be careful, James. There we go, look at that.
Nice and clean. Oh, that volumetric smoke
yes.
the car went through.
Little touch of volumetric smoke, yeah. We had that turned to ultra as well. Look at the moss and lichen on those rocks.
I love smoking.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely convincing. Tiny squirrel.
I'm just really liking the light, the shadows kind of bouncing off everything. Oh, actually, there's a plane there going around.
Yeah, you've got a plane to catch. Here we go, Alex. How's your shooting?
Pretty good.
Good job. You could blow them up. I'm just saying. Oh, I like it showboating, standing on top of the box to do it.
There's a guy up there.
Very stylish.
Yeah, there he is.
Perfect. Yeah.
Is this explodable, do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. There you go.
Oh, look at the distance you kind of... Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's a grenade. Nice. Very James Bond.
Let's get on the plane.
Very James Bond behaviour. And remember, this is all running at ultra detail. Everything cranked up to ultra. Not the coolest vehicle Bond's ever driven, I would say. I mean, with a cinematic game like this, you want it to look like a film, don't you?
Yeah.
And so you want to be able to crank the graphics as high as they'll go, highest resolution, on your 4K screen. This is what you're after.
There we go. Bye-bye.
Wow. Now how far away? Yeah, you can still pick him out. That's a great test of super resolution. Sending a guy miles behind an airplane.
Another one.
Great lighting effects. You see the way the low-level white light was kind of picked out on Bond's arm as he punched that guy in the head.
Loads of guns for me.
Yep.
Oh, and a little barrel.
Got to keep an eye out for those exploding barrels. That's my top tip for 007 First Light. Oh wow.
Look at the light shafts. Kind of.
Yeah. More particles, more fog. There is a lot going on in these scenes. But that's what sells it as a kind of, you know, like a Daniel Craig era James Bond action sequence, you know. It's the perfect game to really stretch the legs of a card as capable as the RTX 5080. I think, you know, this being a cinematic game, you know, Bond's front and center, you know, you want it to feel like you're playing a movie, and so you need those big explosions, those particle effects, that kind of like texture detail, the vast vistas, you want them resolved perfectly rather than pixelated and
Even
jagged.
here, even the little details here.
Yeah.
I love just watching his hair.
Yeah.
Just little like waft about, little like
little movement, things like
yeah.
that. The texture on the carpet, it makes everything feel grounded. It makes it feel like a real place. And then when it explodes, it makes it feel like an action film.
Mike, thanks for coming over. Thanks for helping me install my new
Yeah, no worries.
CPU. I'm gonna get some time in with this.
You know what? I'll leave you two together. You and the graphics card. Enjoy.
If you're interested in grabbing your own GeForce RTX 50 series card, then head to Amazon Prime and check out the Amazon Prime Day deals.